Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute, and today I'm gonna teach you how to trust yourself. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about having integrity with other people, about being honest and open with other people. But frequently, one of the biggest relationships that's full of distrust is actually your relationship with yourself. So I've had many clients who, they don't trust themselves to know what they want, or they don't trust themselves to make a decision, or they don't trust themselves to take a risk. Where does that come from, right? Many people just assume that it's fixed, that you can't change it. But the truth is that it's not. You can actually build that trust with yourself. And you do it the same way that you build trust with other human beings. And you lose it the same way that you break trust with other human beings. So what happens is in the course of your life, you're gonna make commitments to yourself, right? You can think about the classic New Year's resolution. They did a study once, they found that only 8% of people actually followed through on their New Year's resolution. 92% of people didn't follow through with their New Year's resolution. And so what happens is people make these commitments to themselves, and most of the time, people don't take them very seriously. People take them even less seriously than they take the commitments they make to other people. Because they say, oh, well, I made this commitment to so-and-so, they're gonna hold me accountable, right? But with themselves, they don't hold themselves accountable, right? And they think, oh, well, it's not really that big a deal because there's no cost, right? They say, nobody noticed, nobody knows, it's just me. But the truth is there is a cost, because then what happens is then you start to not trust yourself because you've said these things to yourself before and you didn't do them. And so now you don't trust yourself anymore because that's what history has shown. So those 92% of New Year's resolutions that got broken then erode your confidence in yourself to go do anything else in your life, right? And it decreases a psychological variable called expectancy, which is one of the key determinants of motivation. So then you find, oh, I'm not motivated to do things. Well, the reason you're not motivated to do things is because you don't believe in your ability to follow through. And the reason you don't believe in your ability to follow through is because you broke your commitments to yourself previously. So how do you actually build trust in yourself, right? Well, the first thing is you have to realize that it starts with having that integrity. When you make a commitment to yourself, you absolutely have to follow through on it. As a matter of fact, I'd advocate it's more important to follow through on the commitments that you make to yourself than it is to follow through on the commitments you make to other people. Personally, I'd say you follow through on 100% of both. That's how I operate. But the effect on your own psychological well-being of breaking a commitment to yourself is actually really, really, really high. So you've got to follow through on 100% of them. And if you hold yourself to that standard, then what that means is you're actually going to make fewer commitments to yourself in the beginning, because you're going to stop making commitments that were never going to be followed through on. You're going to stop making yourself promises that you can't keep. And then you become conscious of when you say something to yourself that actually is real and when you're just, pretending, right? And that creates a much more honest relationship with yourself, because you start to see, oh, listen, this is a vow that I'm willing to make because I know I can keep it. And this is the one that I'm not. And the thing is, there will be times in the beginning where you will make a vow to yourself and you're not going to want to keep it. You're really not going to want to keep it. But the thing is, you have to anyway. And it's not just so that you build trust in yourself. That's important. But the second component of it is that if you suffer for making a vow to yourself that you shouldn't have made, you aren't going to do it again. You're going to stop making commitments to yourself that you're not going to keep. And if you don't hold yourself to that standard, you have no incentive to stop that bad habit, right? And so just make this an ironclad rule. No matter what, if you promise yourself something, do it, right? You're going to build trust in yourself. You're going to get clear on what you really want. You're going to get clear on what you're really willing to commit to. And at the end of the day, your psychological well-being is going to be a lot more solid. And then when it really matters, when it comes time for you to make a big decision or take a big risk, you're going to have the faith in yourself that you are doing the right thing. And you're going to be able to make that life-changing choice. Before you go, I've got a free gift for you. So if you found this video valuable, if it helped you see the world in a new way, and you're interested in building a career that's going to bring you both personal fulfillment and financial prosperity, then I've got a free presentation for you to help you do just that. So if you go to the link below, it's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. That's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. Then it'll take you to a registration for a free presentation. It's about 50 minutes long, that's 50, and it's gonna give you the step-by-step process to building your dream career. See you there.